Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Bronze Reaper podcast. I'm your host, Rosalind Perkins. How's everyone doing? I hope everybody's weekend's going good. We got a great topic today. Hold on one second. Does Tariq have the black diaspora nervous? The reason why I say that is because we're looking who's in the diaspora. We got the Caribbeans, we got the Africans, Haitians. We can even say the Latinos, you know? And if you understand this question, you understand this topic. The, if you care how my day is, my day was pretty dope. I was watching a little bit of the Star Terrain show, Star Report, and it was actually getting testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Testing. Yeah, so I was watching the Star Terrain show, so it was pretty. It was getting pretty dope. Reason why I say it was getting pretty dope. I want to say this. I think it was getting pretty dope because at the end of the day, we start. I believe the same thing that FB boy Florida boy Jay was saying. I think black people were on code with each other. It's just when you bring other people from other countries over with a different mentality, things can get a little bit different. That's why if you even with the Bible, everybody had their own nations. If you go into that nation, it's probably because you got married into it. So you have to follow those rules of that environment. With our rules and environment, nobody was following the rules. It was like a badland, you know. Um, I think that was the biggest mistake was the integration. I always tell people that integration, I believe, was the worst thing that ever happens to Black Americans. I know a lot of people say, "Oh, that's kind of messed up," and we have done good. Yeah, of course we're gonna do good because we're Black Americans. We know how to survive in anything. If we can survive, what was it 400-year slavery and still make it this far that we are in? Yes, we are doing what we're supposed to be doing. Um, testing 1 2 3. I'm sorry, I don't know why it keeps on going out. Hold on. All right, so I'm gonna say what I was saying over. Um, Tariq Nasheed has done a lot for a lot of people. The reason why I say he does a lot for a lot of people, because if you kind of look at it, the things that he was doing for people, it's amazing. It's historical. Historically, he done a lot for the Black diaspora, Haiti, Africa, certain parts of the Latinos, Afro Latinas. I felt like this. Once he started focusing on Black Americans, when we started to see that, you know what, there isn't anybody on our sides. There isn't nobody supporting us. I felt like I felt the same thing because I always tell people all the time I worked with a lot of Africans before, even before my other job, and the way the disparaging shit that they say about Black Americans, it's crazy. Then when you hear them like, yo, where did you get this stuff from? They'll probably say, oh, we got this off the stats, or um, this is what they show us in our country. Like, at the end of the day, that's like me. This is why I always tell people all the time, I'll never go to Africa. You know, because put it this way, if they already look at us like this, and we've been the most graceful, most loving, tell them, yo, come over here, come to the cookout, all this other stuff. We've been those type of people, man, and you just shit talk us. Yeah, of course I'm not gonna defend you when these people are trying to kick you out the country. Of course. And sometimes people gonna have to accept their fate that, you know what, I'm gonna have to do this on my own now. You know what? I made this grave, now I gotta lay in it. It always has been like that, you know? That's why I always tell people all the time, um, I remember this African girl asked me, she was like, oh, yo, you don't feel bad for all the genocides that's happening in Africa? I was like, y'all gonna have to fight. You know, I feel bad, but at the end of the day, that's not my problem. I was like, you still have to respect the laws of the land. You can't just come over here because, you know, you feel like it's true, because they're just going to send you back. But they get mad and say, oh, this is what we're talking about. This isn't cool. This isn't right. But we have to explain to you. We had to explain to Africans, y'all wasn't on code with us when y'all got here. Jamaicans, y'all wasn't on code when y'all got with us. Haitians, y'all wasn't on code with y'all when y'all got with us. Some were. Like, let me give you an example. Niggas can talk about Bob Marley all day, all night. But where you think he got his style from? He didn't get his style from the roots of the earth or wherever. He got his style. Was it Bob Marley and the Wailers? They got that shit from the Tops, the Commodores, the Temptations. We're in the same thing together. But we won't never get credit for it, because at the end of the day, it's like, oh, the thing is, I think people think they're better than Black Americans. I had this guy email me. I'm not gonna tell you his name. He emailed me. He's like, yo, would you do an interview for me and stuff like that? I was like, what about? He's like, yo, we just asked you some questions about your life and stuff like that, and your podcast. You could, and I was like, how much? I always say how much. He told me he'd give me 3,200. I was like, 3,200? Oh, that sounds good right now. Then after that, I was like, you know what? Let me get back to you. So what I did research on him. The research that I have done on him, it was crazy, because at the end of the day, I see that, he said crazy shit about Black Americans. Yes, things is about money, but at the end of the day, I'm starting my own brand. This is my brand. When you see Bronze Reaper or Rosalind Perkins, those are brands of mine. Those are all under the brand. I always tell people all the time, they're always under the brands of a Rosalind Perkins. So you might see a Bronze Reaper, a Freak Nasty Media, a FL Valentine Just Wrestler. Those are my brands. Those are my brand. That's a Rosalind Perkins brand. Royal Vanity Production, Voodoo Child Film. Those are my production. Those are my brands. Those are my sub brands to the Rosalind Perkins brand. Sorry, I'm just drinking a cup of coffee today. But these are the things that you get. Yeah, money's great, but at the end of the day, sometimes I was watching this show, and the show told me, like, yo, the things that are free is the most costfulest things. I think he said he didn't put it in those type of words, but it was the most costful type of things. So me per se, I don't really. This is just me. I don't really. Um, I don't really not ask, but I don't really accept free things, because there's always a price for it. It's a bigger price when you get it for free. You know. But I think I think with that whole situations with the confusion or the conversations that we need to have with Africans and Caribbean people. You know, we need to have these conversations. I've been said that. I've been saying that for years. I was like, yo, we need to have this black diaspora conversation. You know, like, and we're gonna watch a few videos with Tariq Nasheed where how they just came. Oh, I don't like how you being divisive. How we being divisive? Let me tell you something. White people used to do that to us. Actually, before we start, I want you to like and subscribe to the podcast, and also if you want to comment, definitely comment. Go dumb out. You know, I don't mind if y'all going dumb out. Um, and definitely hit the super chat. Your super chat will pop up, so you know y'all be lit. So everybody's gonna see it. Right now, it's only a few right now, but it adds up. You know. But let's get back into it. Like Tariq Nasheed, man, to me he's a very interesting guy. He's a very knowledgeable person who has a 11th grade completion. He only completed the 11th grade, I think. A lot of people back in those days completed only the 11th grade and just went into the workforce or try to find a little hustle. The reason why is because they found out, you know what? Hold on a second. There we go. Sometimes you just find out, yeah, the money ain't worth, it's not worth going to college if, everything is going to change. They seen the future before everybody, so we got to give credit to those type of people, so it is what it is. Um, I do want to say this. I want to ask everybody this. Do y'all think Tariq Nasheed is divisive? I just hear him talk. It's not divisive. He's taking pride in his people. He's not hurting nobody. He's not manipulating anybody else's culture. Like when we look at other people's culture, like the anti-Semitic, they take this culture, their religion, and when anybody question, and this is like the LBGT, it's like the LGBTQIA community. Once you start asking questions, it can be a homophobic. Once you start asking questions about Judaism, it could be anti-Semitic. To me, I always stayed away from it and stuff, and stayed away from those type of people because at the end of the day, I wouldn't even have them work for me, And I'm just being personally honest because, um, I always tell people that shit comes with a lot of baggage. It's not that I don't like them. It's just it comes with too much baggage for me. And is it bad? Is it good? It's not. It's neither one of them. It's just I rather stick to my own people. My people. I want my people to help me make money. Then I can help them make money. You know, I was writing this short. I was writing this TV series. It's called I think I'm gonna call. Hold on. Fake stream exposed. Stream. Then she play confirms. Um, I want to say this. I believe. Um, hold on. Give me a second, everyone. I believe that because this always happens in Black history. When Black people does something powerful, there's always a monkey wrench or obstacle, an extra obstacle to jump over. We never have an equal race with anybody. We never have an equal race with nobody. It could be somebody who look like us. It's never an equal race because they're probably from a different country and be like, oh, yo, you know what? Hold on one second. Warning to dog you down in the East Coast. Whack is a liar. Oh shit, that's fucked up. I feel that yeah, we're never gonna have an equal race because at the end of the day, it's just how people look at us. They look at us disrespectful. They think about us in a very harsh way. Even the thing when I was watching on the Star Terrain show about black on black violence, that has never really been a thing. It has started to be a thing probably like 20 years ago. 20, 30 maybe years ago. Black on black crime. And it's like a very small percentage. It's like, and I used to say this all the time. I was like, yo, this is a small percentage of black people committing crimes. So how's it black on black crime? But the thing about it, when you have people cosplay of being black, and this is why, and I'm gonna explain. This is why I think it's good for Black Americans and Tariq Nasheed to push the foundational Black American slogan. It's because to know who is committing all these crimes, so we can stop saying black on black crime. Because when they say black on black crimes, a Caribbean guy could be like, "Oh no, they talk about Black Americans," and it could probably been their cousins killing, went on a killing spree, you know, and it just separates from it's basically separates from the fake vision and seeing the facts of what's going on. You know, so we can all know what's going on. We can stop playing these, these word games. Oh yeah, they're black. They were black people. Were they Black American? Did they look Black American? We could never tell if a person is a Black American. We could say like this: oh yeah, who was chasing you? It looked like a black person who was chasing you. Okay. Then after that, you catch the person. Okay, where you from? Oh yeah, my family's from like Trinidad or something. Okay, cool. He's Caribbean. He's a Caribbean black. He's not a Black American. Because if you go to New York, most people who commit crimes in New York are Caribbean. It's mostly Caribbean. It's not black people. Like, yeah, you might have a percentage of black people, but they have a Caribbean background. And I always tell people all the time, they only tell you that they're black when it's convenient. You know, they only say that they're black when they're convenient, but when they win awards or some achievements, they give it all up to their country. And this is where this is where another problem comes in for me. The other problem comes in for me. Hold on a second. Another situation that comes in for. I mean, the other issue that I have um with just black foreigners is that they raised their flag that they ran away from. The country that they ran away from, the country that they gave hell to them, the country that they couldn't make it at, they come over here with us, and when they get these little awards and stuff, oh, thank you to Nigeria, thank you to Ghana, Haiti, and you don't even like Haiti. You don't even like Haiti, you know. So that's where I have an issue at and stuff. This is why I always tell people. Hold on. This is why we need that delineation. It's not that we need it. It will stop a lot of confusions and it'll stop a lot of people saying, "Oh, yo, you know what? This is um, this is Black Americans committing all these crimes." Because I'm gonna tell people all the time. I personally think that Black Americans is committing less crimes than we think there is out here. You know, it's just I don't think people would want to know that truth because at the hold on a second. I believe I think we need it, you know. And I'm gonna be personally honest. I'm just tired of the disrespect, you know. The disrespect is crazy. I'm gonna be personally it's crazy how like a person could just come out and be like, "Oh, yo, you know what? Foundational Black Americans, that's not even a real lineage." After we told you what the real lineage, we gave you bullet points of what our lineage is, how far our lineage went through. We even showed you facts of our lineage. Some of us was already here. Like my great grandmother on my father's side, yeah, they were in Alaska. Like I have documents from Alaska from my great grandparents, and they're black. You know, and I know some. Oh, yo, you don't look like an average black person. Yada yada yada. No, no, it's bullshit. You know. Give me a second. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna find a video for you, a good one. Um, it's just it. Hold on, let me see if this one's a good one. But also too, I'm gonna say this: if you're a foundational Black American and just people talk crazy, it's just like yo. Sometimes it's just better not to argue, you know. And then, like I said, we have some people who are like from Caribbean countries. It's like yo, I understand where they're coming from. They are foundational Black Americans. That's why I always tell people all the time. I got mad at Godfrey because of that. Because at the end of the day, he explained to Crazy Legs what a foundational Black American is. It's just Crazy Legs did not want to accept it. He didn't want to accept it. You know. So what the hell? Give me a second, everyone. Do I got this thing on? I'm sorry. Just give me a second, everyone. I think I got this thing on from. Oh fuck! Where is it? Jesus Christ. Hold on, let me see. Oh, okay, okay. I think somebody hit the like. I was about to say, like, yo, what the hell? I see the little like hand thing pop up. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? But yeah, I see what Goffy tried to do. He tried to explain it to him, but at the end of the day, the guy ain't trying to listen or try to hear it. You gotta put pressure on certain people, you know? Me, I'm so used to putting pressure on people where like even at my job, I was like, I had to explain to this one guy. I was like, yeah, well, black people can't fight everybody's war. He said, oh no, we need to all stick together and stuff like that. No, because let me tell you something. Every time we stick together, y'all turn on us. I had to explain them to that. I said, yo, y'all turn on us. So like, why would a black American wants to like be in that? Oh, because we all are brothers and stuff. We all brothers, and they always say that we all brothers. This is why I hate the word. Don't call me. That's why I always tell people, don't call me brother. It offends me. You know. Hold on 1 second. But let's watch what Rizza Islam said about Tariq Nasheed and his foundational Black Americans. Because you know what? People wanted to Rizza Islam to say something bad because his religion is Nation of Islam, is Muslim, but he's from the Nation of Islam, so it's a little bit different because the Nation of Islam, it's like it's basically a Black Power movement. Yes, they do follow Islamic beliefs, but they add blackism to it. You know, give me a second.
So hard to get through to them. The first thing is, I'll say it isn't as hard as we thought it was, and we're doing a lot more. We, meaning us as a people, are doing a lot more positive than we know.
Give me a second,
We don't
everyone.
promote it as much as the nonsense is. If we promote it,
I think I got another window that's open. Uh, yeah, I had another window that was open. Everyone, sorry about that. Uh,
every week, all the different, for example, activists, brothers and sisters who are former gang members right now, Bloods, Crips, and all that, who turn their lives around and have different programs they created down here in the hood. Tons of them. We have the Upfest movement that we have in the Nation of Islam, which is the United in Peace movement. We've been riding for peace at the end of each month for nearly 10 years, bringing down the crime within the inner cities, not only from Watts to Compton to LA, Long Beach, South Central, all the way around, literally bringing down the crime. Mayors have been acknowledging that. City councils all across in different cities and states have been saying, can you bring that out here? We come together with Bloods, Crips, Mexicans, Black folk, lowriders, Corvette clubs, Harley Davidsons. At the end of every month, we've been doing that. We give out food. We are ending gang wars, bringing truces and making sure that we maintain and help them to be maintained. This is going on all the time. But if we don't promote it, then the idea doesn't get put out in the ethers of the universe and people don't have it in their mind, so they think it doesn't exist. There's a lot more positive going on than what we know. So the thing is, number one, we have to promote more of it. That's the first thing. So that people see, oh, it does exist. Oh, damn, I don't know that. Mm-hmm. And then they'll say, okay, you know what? I guess we can, find some agreement. And let's do something positive because I didn't know it could actually be done. I don't know a Muslim could sit next to an atheist and be cool. Or a brother, black man, FBA, whatever you want to call it, could sit next to a brother who's from
a tethered African.
That's one thing I was wondering. That's one thing I was
wondering. Brother Tariq, I know.
Yeah, when you see
that's my
Tariq,
brother.
I love Tariq.
Yeah, that's coming for sure.
I'm already knowing. I know Trey, like you jump right there. Go ahead, sir.
Is that divisive? You think when you hear Tariq really like kind of divide black people between like immigrants and FBAs? Like do you think that that's a useful framework to view things through?
Well, first of all, no, we can't necessarily be more divided than we've been in history. I'm sorry to say that, but we it's already reached its apex, its climax, the top. That's number one. Number two, I know what he's doing is primarily focusing on us here because that's what we need to do. It's focus on our people here before we go help other people. So that's number two. Number three, it can be divisive if we focus more attention on pointing at the differences rather than the similarities. And that's with anybody. That's not just with Tariq or myself or you. That's with anybody. We got differences. Yeah. That's a fact. Fried chicken versus Jollof. Yeah. Stop playing.
Exactly.
Right? But it's a cultural thing to it. And it's like, I don't care for either too much, but that's something that could be, we'll see. And it's like, okay, it's the comedy side of it now. Okay, now it's like, okay, cool. People get into that, but then you have others who say, okay, well, you have different things that you eat or dance or music or cultural paintings that reflect what we have over here too. Okay, so we can just find more things that we have in common. It's just that simple. So it can be divisive. That is a fact. But we need to focus more on what brings us together and unites us than what separates us. And I see Tariq do that too. That doesn't get promoted as much, where he does.
Oh, yeah.
Let's talk about the connections we have, because we have a connection to the motherland.
Do you think Tariq's right that only the foundational black Americans should participate in the hypothetical reparations?
Primarily, damn right. What you talking about?
Okay.
What do you? Yeah, wait. Are you saying as far as who has to get paid or paid back?
He feels like the foundational black Americans are the only people who should be getting reparations, if there ever are reparations.
Well, I'll say the first thing is anyone who was dealt an injustice by the United States government where it was calculated and it was intentional should receive their just due. However, we just so happen to be the number one group of people who do not receive our just due. And at that point now, it's very disrespectful. The Asians receive theirs. The Jewish state of Israel receives $8 to $10 billion off the top every year on the year since the mid-1940s, and their Holocaust didn't even happen here. Are you telling me the Chinese received theirs? Not a problem. The Italians, because you hung 11 of them off the coast, they received some too. All the rest of these people get their bag. But when it comes to us, those who built the nation, quite literally, were there other people who added certain pieces? Sure, America brought in people and forced them to do certain things. Internment camps for the Japanese, Chinese, different people, all that existed. The natives, you put them on reservations, you killed off a large percentage of them because of smallpox and blankets. General Amherst, who said, aren't you cold, don't you need blankets? And you killed off them and you said, I want to take the mineral well, take the oil, etc., etc. To this very day on reservations, they are suffering to the tune to where there is rape running rampant, crystal meth addiction, alcoholism, but we have all of this happening in the black community as well. And you don't give a damn about black folk. Why? Because they still use us as a commodity today. They still need us today in the prisons today. They have insurance policies, not only on rappers, but on prisoners today. It's all happening at this moment. So I can't acknowledge you because I'm still using you. I'm still benefiting from you. So I can't, it's a conflict of interest financially. So maybe down the line is their intention. We may give you something back. And they're going to say this: we can't afford it because so far I calculated that they owe us between $50 to $52 trillion. And that's just University of Ottawa over in Canada. One of the professors just calculated $8 an hour, for all the hours of free labor, boom, 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 calculated that for roughly, I think, over 100 years. And they came up with that figure for all of the over 40 million of us, et cetera. And the numbers, please fact check those numbers, but that's the idea. And they said that's roughly the amount that we are owed. And they said, we can't afford it. Well, I'm sorry to tell you this, but didn't you just send Kiev, Ukraine over $80 billion?
Yes.
Yeah, didn't you send more money after that? Didn't you send money to Afghanistan for some lot? Didn't you you're sending money everywhere, but you're saying you can't afford it. No, print some more. Print some more. And then, and not only that, but it's the land, by the way. So we're going to get into that conversation.
land,
But
yeah.
yes, we should for sure receive our just due because everyone else has received their.
I'm gonna say this. What's so crazy is I think Adam 22 does not like Tariq Nasheed. I think he has an issue with Tariq Nasheed and the things that he was doing. You know, I always felt like he did. Give me a second, everyone. But yeah, I always felt like he did. You know, and yeah, I think that's one of the reasons why like I turn down a lot of shows with people. It's because like yo, you already know where my mindset is. Yeah, I know I can get more views because yeah, look, I got 2 views right now. But I know I could get more if I did more interviews. But I'm not, and the reason why is because I believe I don't want to make money that way. I always the thing about I always have a thing of making money. I can make money fast like this, but at the end of the day, there's certain things I just wouldn't do. I would not do it because at the end of the day, I feel like it'll be a conflict of interest of my morals. That's why I rarely do interviews. I rather do interviews. I rather do the interview myself than to have somebody do the interviews, ask me the questions and all that other stuff. I would not like that, and it's just me, you know. And just listening to was it Riza Islam? I understand where he comes from. I understand. Hold on one second, everyone. Testing, test. All right, it works. Like I understand, but I certain things you just like, yo, fuck that, man. I can't do it. I wouldn't even touch it, you know. And also too, I feel always felt like I think Tariq Nasheed is leading off. I think he's leading off of what Professor Claude Anderson was doing back in the days. He's actually using the blueprint and the tools that um, Claude Anderson was giving us. Claude Anderson, let me tell you something. Claude Anderson was leaving us tools. Let me see if I still got that man's book. I gotta find it. Oh, right here. Claude Anderson. He been giving us tools and information for years. It's just we never took it. We just like, oh yeah, yada yada yada, this and that. Like yo, for I always tell people all the time. McNasty laughed at me. One of the guys who subscribed to my platform. Shout out to McNasty too. Um, I tell people all the time, yeah, I do Pornhub reactions. I have this new idea with Pornhub. I'm gonna hit somebody up for a little bit. It's gonna be crazy though. I have an idea. I want to do. I'll tell you. Nah, nah. I'm not gonna tell you just yet. But I got some. I got a. I might have a crazy reaction show for Pornhub or P Hub or X Video, one or the other. I think they're gonna pay me crazy money just to like watch this stuff. It's nuts. I always tell people all the time, like, yo, I always have these crazy ideas that I think I want to try. This crazy idea that I have right now, man, I think it's gonna change the game for certain videos and how people make videos. You know, like I already do the thing. Hold on. Yeah, that's my reaction video screen. Like I was telling my old coworker, I was like, yo, I do adult reaction videos, right? Like what? I was like, I do adult entertainment reaction videos. Really? I never knew that. I'm like, yeah, I'm super lit right now. I'm gonna do and shout out. You know what? I'm gonna do one tomorrow. The person I will be doing a reaction video from is the lady's name. She's from New Hampshire actually too. Kinsey Reeves. She's like mad fucking small, but she be doing her her BBC thing, man. You know, it's always the little ones, man. I always tell people all the time, it's always the little ones, man. So yeah, I'll be doing that. I'm sorry to go off topic, but yeah, I'm gonna do a porn reaction video tomorrow on Pornhub. So I will put it on my X. So you might have to just follow me on my X, and I'll put the link. I'm gonna do it. I think I'll have it sent probably because I'm still making the screen for it. I mean the scenes for it and everything. Probably I'll be done by like 4 or 5 o'clock. Yeah, yeah, 4 or 5. This is just a few things that I have to do. I gotta find a scene for her. Um, it's gonna be super nuts though. Super nuts. You know, so I'm gonna hit her up, but I'm gonna hit her up on X. I'm gonna DM her on X and see what's popping. I did because I'm gonna do my first episode. I'm gonna do the first episode of it, and I'm gonna like first episode of yada yada yada, you know. It's just I gotta figure out how to put it. I'm gonna say, shout out to what's his name, Sharp. He had this dope way of doing something. He kind of had an idea that I had. Let me see if I can find it. So, give me a second. Sharp, 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 sharp. All right, so yeah, I gotta put it in a certain way and stuff like that. Um, so and I always tell people shout out to the OnlyFans people because they always look out for me, you know. But let's get back into what we were talking about. Tariq Nasheed, and like how the diaspora feels about him. Let's talk about that now. Just the way how they talk about, about him is crazy. They talk to this motherfucker like he's Hitler, or he's like a Conrad. No, not a Conrad Murray. Excuse me. They talk to him mad crazy, like he killed, like he's a genocidal uh, warlord or something. And only thing he's doing is promoting power to his own people. It's crazy. And is it demeaning other people? Nah, I don't think so. And the reason why I always tell people I don't think so. Hold on one second. Yeah, and all he is, yeah, he's just pushing encouragement to his own people, man. And I think people get mad about that, you know. Uh, Nervous of what? Hey, you just gotta watch the show, man, and just listen to what I'm saying. But hey, yo, if you want, like I said, somebody just sent in a comment. I'm just being personally honest. He's trying to delineate, you know, and if he wants to delineate and Black Americans want to delineate, why won't you just give us what we want, you know? Why do we gotta fight to be in groups with other people? First of all, these people who call themselves black now, they don't even like Black Americans. Ever since Black Americans made the word cool, black, I'm black, everybody want to be black. Back in the days, people used to say, "Oh, I'm black. I'm not black. I'm African." Then when we say that, y'all act like, "Oh, who said that? Who said that?" Like we don't got YouTube or TikTok. I'm not black, I'm Somali. I'm not black, I'm Nigerian. We don't hear y'all calling yourself black Americans, y'all call yourself Nigerian American, Ghana American. Y'all don't say black British, y'all say Nigerian British. Somali British, Ethiopian British. You know? So why can't we have our own lineage? Why do we always have to share our lineage with people? See? Told you. I told everybody. This is what I'm talking about. When did anybody say they're not black? Are we like we don't got YouTube here? We don't got YouTube? I'm just asking. If we don't got YouTube, our YouTube don't work. I understand, but people have said that. We can't one thing about it, and I'm gonna say this. I hate when people play dumb. You know people have said that. I know you have heard people say that. I know you know family members that said that. This is we can't keep on playing dumb games. It's like if we're gonna be serious, let's be serious. Like just give. Let me tell you something. Let black put it this way. Let black people delineate. Be like, yo, you know what? If they want to delineate, let them delineate. Because you know what? I always tell this. Even if we delineate and we get our reparation, we still will help other people. But we're getting our shit together first before we help any of y'all anymore. And this is where y'all have to just accept it. Y'all gotta accept, yo, black Americans just don't want to help anymore. We're gonna get our own shit together before we help everybody else. Because every time we help somebody, people act like we didn't never helped. We have never helped. So you know what? I feel like, yo, I even feel this way. I feel that black Americans should delineate. Foundational black American freeman lineage should delineate from everybody. We're not trying to say, oh yeah, fuck y'all, yada yada yada. No, we need to just to delineate to get our shit together. There's stuff going on in y'all country that y'all shouldn't even be over here. Y'all should be trying to fix y'all country. Y'all should be fighting for y'all brothers. But you over here under black Americans trying to tell us what we're not doing right. This is what Tariq Nasheed was telling you. Then y'all say, oh, yo, you're being divisive. Divisive because he want to fight for his people? All that millions of dollars he put in to make documentaries about your country, yeah, he got a price for it. Yeah, you're supposed to get a price for everything. Ain't nothing free. He empowered Africa already. He been empowered Mansa Musa. Ain't nobody would never knew about a Mansa Musa if it wasn't for Tariq Nasheed. And Mansa Musa was the richest man ever. This motherfucker was riding on elephants and had thousands of slaves and army. Was it army henchmen behind him? And this is what y'all do to repay him. Nigga, I wouldn't do a motherfucking thing for y'all. I wouldn't do a motherfucking thing for y'all. Yeah, like I said, yo, shout out to Jamaica, Canada, the British, and all that other stuff. But yo, we still need to delineate. Y'all get y'all shit fixed. Y'all will figure it out. But at the end of the day, we can't be helping no more. You gotta look at it. When Africa had their problems in the 80s, the black artists was over there trying to help y'all. We were boycotting. Everybody was boycotting. Everybody contributed to that. That was in the black from America. We all contribute for it. Prince, Michael Jackson, Stevie Wonder, and the motherfucker can't even see. But it's just, yo, we get tired, man. We get tired of the disrespect. We get tired of the undermining. We get tired of all of that bullshit, man. Then when we turn to tell y'all to stick together, oh nah, nigga, do it yourself, nigga. You know? And you're Jamaican too. All right, watch this. Jamaicans came over here in the 80s, like the 70s and the 80s. Like, they came down here and flooded. I think it was the 60s or 70s. We'll say 60s and 70s. The shower posse came over here. Most of y'all Jamaicans wasn't fucking with black Americans. Like, let's be personally honest. They wasn't fucking with them. They were calling us uneducated, savages. I love Eric Coates and his mindset, but at the end of the day, he didn't like black Americans. Why wasn't there a black American in the shower posse? You know, this is the things that we have to understand. And let me tell you something: when y'all do something yourself, y'all will appreciate it 3 times more than when us helping. I'm being personally honest. You'll appreciate it 3 times more. Cause y'all did it yourself. Y'all could say, you know what? We didn't ask for help. We did it ourselves. Oh, what's my lineage? On my father's side's from Augusta, St. Clair's, and Savannah. My great great grandmother, she was from Alaska. So I don't know how she got over there, but cause my grandfather, my great great grandfather, on my father's side, she was just from Savannah and Ageechee. You know, so like my family's just mixed up with like Black America. You know, my mother's side, they're from Selma, Alabama. You know, I think my grandfather was from Tuscaloosa. You know, so I'm super country. I'm a freeman. You know. Oh, so what you want to join? No, I'm just saying. Out of all, let me tell you something. All the organized gangs, Black Americans gangs, we let everybody enjoy. But when it comes to culture, y'all other culture gang, Latino, Asians, Caribbeans, whites, we never can join. We can never join. We can never join. When have you seen a black triad? I don't even think there's a such thing as a black Latin king. And when I gave that example, I'm just showing the things that we do. We share with everybody. We have everybody join. You know, but it's it's because that's how we are. We're loving people. But at the end of the day, nobody's never loving back to us. So that's why you're getting this type of mentality towards black people now. And it's not to be divisive or be. Hold on, so you wanted to join a ruthless gang? All gangs are ruthless. The police is a gang. They're ruthless. You know, I was just giving an example too. So, it should have. I don't think that shit should have went over your head like that though. It was just an example, my man. So what you want to do? Criminal activity, bro? It was. It's going over your head, my man. It's like a figure of speech. Black people always share with everybody. That's all I'm trying to say. We always give to people. We always fight for people that have equal rights just as us. But at the end of the day, most of y'all just don't do it. It's like a very small percentage of y'all do it. You know, so like I said, it is what it is, man. But I think Tariq Nasheed with this delineation, yeah, it's put it this way: if black people really delineate, it's gonna be bad for y'all because all those rights in those constitutions, y'all won't have those rights. It will only be for Black Americans because it was only for Black Americans. You know, so they will have to make up their own constitution and their own laws for y'all. You know, it'll be very different. That's why when homie was explaining what's his name, Orange Boy, Donald Trump, when he was explaining what was it, there was this one law, he was like, oh yeah, you know that law wasn't for you, it was for freemen. It was for people who were enslaved. You know, the anchor baby thing, the anchor baby law. I call it the anchor baby law. That was for Black Americans. Like shit like that. Like you see how I said about nobody ever. We can never join in other people's stuff. It's always us sharing. That anchor baby law wasn't for y'all. It was for Black Americans. We don't need a law, but at the end of the day, the reason why we don't need a law because we know. But and plus, where are they gonna send us back to? Well, they drop me off near a fucking a fucking mud hut in fucking Ghana. The fuck? They can't drop me off nowhere. The fuck? It's just it is what it is, man. I always tell people all the time. I was like, yo, sooner or later. Hold on one second. From FBA, mental midgets. Yeah, it's. I didn't read that last one when you talk about midgets and stuff. Hey man, that's just how you feel, man. I'm not gonna get mad at it, and the reason why I'm not gonna get mad at it because at the end of the day, you just gotta respect the laws. You just gotta respect what we're saying. It feels like this. Y'all could say and do anything y'all want to, but once we start saying, "Oh, yo, we want to delineate something meaningless to that," have you been to Ghana? I don't want to go to Africa. Don't want to go to fucking Africa. Put it this way. If my family is from Africa, like near Ghana and stuff, I would never want to go back. Because you know why? My forefathers, my ancestors built this country. What the fuck is in Ghana? It's debt. Y'all don't even got no resources in Ghana. Why the fuck would I want to go to Ghana? What, you want us to rebuild Ghana too? That's the only reason why y'all want us to be brothers, because y'all want us to build y'all piece of shit ass country. It is what it is. And plus, stronger by numbers. Like I said, y'all need to handle y'all own shit before y'all try to unite people. Cause we already tried to unite everybody together, all the Black diaspora, and the shit didn't turn out good. The shit didn't turn out good at all. And like y'all could get mad at Tariq Nasheed and Black Americans, but at the end of the day, it seems like y'all just wasting y'all time. The reason why I say is y'all wasting y'all time because y'all the only ones crying and complaining that they're being divisive. Not knowing how divisive y'all been over the past 20, 30 years. All the reckless, crazy shit y'all said about Black Americans through the years. Y'all used to call us killers. Y'all used to call us thieves and savages. Then once we say, hold up, let's do research on where you're from. Oh, you're from this country? Oh, they're kings and queens of extortion. Oh, your ghetto foods. Then we start looking at your foods like, oh, yo, why they got a cow head in the fucking food? Eating it with fufu. Then after that, y'all saying, oh, yo, we don't eat all of that. Y'all. Nigga, we just looked it up and we just seen the dude, took the fufu and took the eyeball out of the fucking cow head. Ghana, because what you want me to say, Nigeria? What you want me to say, Benin? Togo? Like, what do you want me to say, my nigga? It's an African country, nigga. Yo, bro, you got one thing about it, man. You just gotta stop being emotional about certain things, man. And the reason why I say that, what happens if I say South Africa? Is that better? Like you still on your politically correct status, and Africa, they can't drop us. They can't drop us off nowhere. They could do a 23andMe, whatever, and they still can't drop me off in Africa. Because at those times, there wasn't called Ghana and Nigeria and all these other names that they're calling it now. They were all tribal lands. Well, tribal, cities or states or huts or whatever there was, you know. But it's y'all fault. Y'all invite. Let me tell y'all something. All y'all Caribbeans, y'all Africans, y'all the ones who invited those white people to y'all country. Y'all the ones who let them take all your resources. Y'all the ones that don't fight. Y'all fight each other because y'all tribalistic. That's why y'all have all these wars at your country. Yeah, we shoot a few niggas, here and there, but y'all kill fucking tribes off. Y'all genocide them. Y'all fuck their women up and stuff. Y'all do the horrific shit like the white race did to this country to get this country. But the thing about it, I always say I don't really blame y'all. Y'all just repeating what y'all seen and was taught. Y'all never thought about that. It's just y'all just repeating what y'all seen and thought. You don't think Congo already been through a genocide? Did we forget about Belgium? Was it Leopold the Third? He did worse than fucking Hitler did to the Jews. Let's be personally honest. This motherfucker was cutting off hands and shit like that. Yeah, nigga was getting busy. Hold on one second. How do you call the second biggest country on the planet? Who named Africa? Do you even know who named Africa? And I don't know what you're trying to say. I don't know what type of argument you're trying to make, my man. But at the end of the day, I feel like what Tariq Nasheed has done, I think y'all scared of it because not even all the people who think it's divisive don't understand. They're not trying to understand. You're not trying to understand. You're not trying to understand. You'll never want to understand. You just want your way because you want your way. I had to tell this dude at my job, I was like, yo, it's just in your culture. You're just doing African shit, my nigga. What do you mean? Like, yo, y'all argue just to be right. Y'all don't just argue to solve the problem. Y'all just want to be right. Then he was like, oh, yeah. He had to admit, like, yeah, I was just trying to be right. But once you see facts, that's when once black people get their reparation, once black people delineate, we're gonna help all y'all. And you know that. And you could try to take all the credit after, but at the end of the day, you know we're gonna help y'all. The thing about y'all is y'all want to be helped first. Cause y'all going through that genocide. But the thing about it, and like you, the guy with his MPZ TV, my nigga, you probably from a different country. You're in America or England. You should be over your country trying to fix that shit. Fuck England, fuck America about that shit. Try to fix your country. Try to make your country a better place. I always tell people all the time, when you leave something, try to make it better than you when you got it. Always. Y'all just left. Y'all just ran away from that motherfucking country and never looked back. Say, yo, fuck my people, man. I'm gonna try to go get mines. Then you was like, oh, and let me tell y'all what y'all always say. Oh, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go. Y'all niggas is not going back. Cause if y'all niggas get sick, so as you ropes. They're not gonna bring you to no Boston Medical. They're not gonna bring you to no New York General Hospital. They're not even gonna bring you to a South California hospital. So it's. But the thing about it, you was anchored here. Was you or was you not anchored here? Now watch this. Was you or was you not anchored here? Where's your family from? And like I already told you, there's nothing wrong with being an immigrant. It's just y'all take it wrong because at the end of the day, you don't want to feel like you're less than us, Black Americans. But you got to understand, Black Americans has done a lot. We always help people. We always help people. So where are you from, MPZ? What does that mean? Where's your family from? Because we could tell your family is not from America. It's just we could tell by your talking points, my man. It's all right if you don't want to tell me. I'm not gonna force you. I ain't gonna tell you, but I'm gonna get back into this conversation though. I do want to say this though. Tariq Nasheed. I always tell people all the time, if you're gonna get mad at Tariq Nasheed, you might need to get mad at Claude Anderson. If you don't know who Claude Anderson is, he helped build a lot of, I think, policies back in the '60s and '70s. He helped with the important. He said, "Do you ask white Americans where they feel?" Of course, we have to. We have to ask them. You know, because at the end of the day, if they talk crazy about us, we need to know where they're from. They could be from a potato picking Ireland, trashy ass food Britain, smelly breath France. You know. Oh, so you're Jamaican. Okay, I looked up on the top. My bad. You did write that. You know, you have. Let me tell you something. You need to be asking people the same thing too. You need to ask the same questions too. There ain't nothing wrong with asking questions in PZ. The thing about it, and this is what I was thinking about. I think we need to have a black diaspora conversation. We pick up 5 important questions. We all have the first person say, "Oh, this is what I think." Blah 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 blah. Give them 5 minutes to talk. Other person 5 minutes. Other person 5 minutes. Other person 5 minutes. Then after that, we start to dissect what this person said. Well, that this person what he was saying right here, I didn't like that because you know what? I think that was very divisive. Then the person's gonna ask you why you think it's divisive. But you have to answer the question. It's gonna be like a little debate. We need a debate about this. I think it will be healthy. Real talk, I really think it'll be healthy. You know? Just debating, seeing what is what, you know. But hey, let me ask you something in PZ. You got your own channel? If you do, I'm gonna subscribe to it, all right? I'm gonna see what you be saying. Real talk. But I'm gonna say this though. I think we need to have something like that. It'll be healthy. We could, cause at the end of the day, I feel like you know what, and this is just how I feel. I feel like the black diaspora isn't trying to understand black Americans. I think they're so used and so comfortable with black Americans just helping everybody. Like, look at the Palestinians. We would have been helped the Palestinians. We would have been out there protesting, acting a motherfucking fool. The only people protesting is white people, and that shit ain't going nowhere. That shit, it's not going anywhere because at the end of the day, the people need the black face. Black face has always been the protest model. That's why, let me tell you something. That January 6th shit, what's her name? Ashley Babbitt, she deserved to get shot. I'm going to be personally honest. Her ass, and Michael Bird was the perfect person to do it. Michael Bird had to really pop her. You know? And let me tell you something. I really think all those people who was a part of that, they should be charged for her murder or some type of manslaughter. The reason why I say that is because they influenced the whole situation. They call it a peaceful protest. I have never seen a peaceful protest kicking in doors and stuff, going into people's office and acting a fucking fool. Them niggas supposed to be in jail. They wanted to be thugs. Thugs go to jail. Gang members go to jail. My niggas like, yo, What makes it different? Ain't nothing different. Like you deserve to go to jail. You know. I always tell people that them niggas really deserve to go to jail. You know. But and also too, shout out to you, MPZ. MPZ TV. I don't know if it's a network or company. Yo, you're doing your thing, man. I liked having that conversation with you, but you was right. You are from Jamaica or Canada. You're from a lot of places. From a big from Canada. See, yeah, you know. But yeah, you're Jamaican. Do you say Jamaican African? No, you just say I'm Jamaican. Cause you say, that's your culture. We told you what our culture was. Like, you gotta accept that shit. Like, let me tell you something. Everybody always accept Afro Latinas. When Latinas would say, "Oh, I'm Afro Latina," niggas never heard that 10 years ago. But niggas accept them for Afro Latina or Latina X. They don't. Well, why y'all calling y'all so Afro Latina or Latina X? Personally, for me, the light skinned bitches who are like light, a little bit lighter than me, I think it's just a scapegoat. They're like Afro Latina when it's convenient. When they say some racist shit. So it's a get out of free card. It's like a nigga pass or something. So, but yeah, man, and shout out to the Latinas, man. Shout out to the Latinas. But honestly, this is what I think. If y'all can have a healthy conversation with Tariq Nasheed, he will explain it to you. Y'all act, and this is what people are acting. People are acting like Tariq Nasheed is giving up on the black community. Period. You know, Tariq Nasheed will always help people. It's just he wants to work on his own people. You can't fault him for that. You can't get mad at him for that. And the thing about it, he helped me. I'm gonna say this: watching his videos and watching all the documentaries he has done, I appreciate it, man. You know, I appreciate Black Americans. That's why I got this flag, the African American Heritage flag. It's really a Black American flag. Was it African American Heritage? I don't. I think they should rename it because at the end of the day, it could be kind of disingenuous because they say African American, but it's not about Africans. It's about Black Americans. It's just they started calling us Africans. I think when they say African American, I always feel like they're saying a lower class Africans. I think this is why Black Americans and foundational Black Americans don't want to be called African American. It makes us sound like we're lower class Africans. You know? Nobody else has African under their shit. People don't say, "Oh, I'm Jamaican African," or "I'm Haitian African," or "I'm Latino African." No, they don't say that. They just say, "Oh, I'm Jamaican." So when I say I'm foundational Black American, you shouldn't get mad about that. I feel like what Tariq Nasheed is doing is revolutionary, no, actually, and people will appreciate it down the line and understand it more. It's just like I said, y'all are not trying to understand it. I know, and this is why I say, because y'all are smart. Y'all folks are smart. We know y'all understand. It's just y'all don't want to accept it. It's like me saying 2 plus 2 is 4, and you're like, nah. You can't even count. You don't even know how to count. I was like, yo, but 2 plus 2 is 4. No, it doesn't make sense. How is it 4? Because 2 plus 2 equals 4. You add 2 with another 2, it'll equal 4. You're like, oh, no, nah. I don't think so. You don't know what you're talking about. Just niggas just be on their shit, man. And like I said, sooner or later, y'all gonna understand it. But hold up, you know what? I'm gonna show you something. Hold up. Now watch this, everybody. MPZ. I hope you're paying attention now. All right.
Always.
I'm not black folks. I'm African.
That's the same thing. You
No,
black.
it's not the same thing. We're different than you guys.
Look at your
from-
hand.
No, we're different than you guys from here.
How you different from me?
Oh yeah.
Watch this,
How?
everybody.
We don't do the same thing.
What you mean? So you better?
MPZ, I hope you're
I'm
paying
not saying we better,
attention
but-
now. All right.
That's not this.
So basically, you telling me you always.
I'm not black folks. I'm African.
That's the same thing. You
No,
black.
it's
Hold
not
on
the same
one
thing. We're
second,
different than you.
everybody.
Look at your hand.
No, we're different than you guys from here.
How you different from me?
Oh yeah.
How?
We don't do the same thing.
You stealing from the airport.
Than you
Look,
guys. I'm not black folks. I'm African.
That's the same thing. You black.
It's not the same thing. We're different than you
Look
guys.
at your hand.
No, we're different than you guys from here.
How you different from me?
Oh yeah. We different.
How?
We don't do the same thing. You
Always.
I'm not black folks. I'm African.
That's the same thing. You
No,
black.
it's not the same thing. We're different than you guys.
Look at
from-
your hand.
No, we're different than you guys from here.
How you different from me?
Oh yeah. We different.
How?
We don't do the same thing.
What you mean? So you better?
I'm not saying we better, but
That's not this.
So basically, you telling me you stealing from the airport?
I'm not stealing. I'm buying paint. That's what I told you. What do you
know what I'm saying? Black folks always
No,
stealing
not black.
something. You
I'm not-
always.
I'm not black folks. I'm African.
That's the same thing. You
No,
black.
it's not the same thing. We're different than you guys.
Look at
from-
your hand.
No, we're different than you guys from here.
I told you. They've been saying that shit for years, man. They said it. I didn't say it. I didn't say that. I thought y'all was black. You know. I'm just being personally honest. You know. We're gonna see some more. Hold up. You know, and like I said, it's not y'all fault. You know, like I said, that's what y'all was taught, man. Y'all was taught that. You know, and it's straight. You know. Hold on a second. Let me see. You know, but I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna actually land. You know, I'm gonna land my plane. You know. First, I want to thank all of y'all's and MPZ. Thank y'all, TV MPZ TV. Thank you. You know, thank you for participating. I appreciate that. You know, and all the other people who were here watching and stuff. I appreciate it. Salute to all of y'all. Salute to all of y'all. Thank you. I appreciate it. You know, I appreciate you, hearing me, conversate and stuff like that. This was kind of a healthy thing and stuff. When Tariq Nasheed have you nervous, not even scared, but nervous, it's because you got to look at it. All the benefits that you're gonna that you're getting now might be taken away from you. All jokes aside. And it's because it was for black Americans. That's why they're trying to, put it this way. If Donald Trump delineates, y'all shit's going to be fucked up. Because y'all going to be working 3 times harder, no resources, no more of these Section 8 apartments, no more like 5 or 10 people living in one apartment, 1 or 2 apartments. Yeah, I know how it gets down. I know how, this shit's going. But the thing about it, y'all shouldn't be scared because it gives you focus to fix your country. You shouldn't have to flee. You should just fix it. If I was you, I would have been doing that in the first place. I wouldn't fled to this fucking country where you already know that they don't like you as it is. You know, and the reason why they give you stuff is to undermine Black Americans. You know, to turn it against us too. Like the thing about it, we were never against y'all. We never been against y'all. All that African booty scratcher shit. Everybody was called African booty scratcher. I was called African booty scratcher. And I'm not even an African. It was just off of a movie, man. And like, yo, that shit happened like 30 years ago. But nigga, y'all niggas need to grow up and get over that shit, man. You know, y'all call us Akatas. And we was like, oh, okay, that's how you feel? All right. Now, us cotton pickers ain't gonna help you. So, us cotton pickers ain't gonna help you. You know, y'all gotta have to, do your own thing. And like I said, I think it's gonna be healthy. It's gonna be healthy because, y'all doing y'all thing. Hold on, give me 1 second, everyone. Nah. But yeah, Tariq, man, like, yo, he helped, form all of this, with the blueprint of, Claude Anderson. I think Claude Anderson and what was the other lady's name? I forgot the other lady's name. The work that they put in, man. Like Claude Anderson put in a lot of work. If you have time to read his book, please read his book. One of his books is this: Black Labor to White Wealth. Claude Anderson. I'm gonna start reading this today. It's an economical book. I'm gonna say this. I I think what went bad, what wrong with the black diaspora having unity is that y'all didn't police y'all own people. Like we check our people, y'all don't check y'all people. It seems like y'all don't have guts to do it. When all these Africans were saying all this fucked up stuff about us, all these Caribbean people saying all this fucked up stuff about us, where were y'all? Where were y'all, man? I'm gonna be personally honest. Hold on, let me see where this guy is. And like I always tell people all the time too, oh shit. MPZ TV, I just looked you up, man. You're a Tariq hater, huh? You're a Tariq hater, yeah. So if you look in the comments in the live chat, MPZ TV, yeah, he's a Tariq hater. I'm looking at you right now, my man. Yo, this doesn't look good, bro. This is nasty work. You know. Oh, shout out to you, Lawrence. How you doing, man? Hope you're doing well, man, on your Thursday. But yeah, man, he's a Tariq hater. At the end of the day, we try to have unity with y'all. We joke around, and we joke around with everybody like that. We used to call black people tar babies. And we're black ourselves. We could be the darkest motherfuckers around. You might call another nigga a tar baby. It's just we just joking around with each other. It's just y'all couldn't fit in with our culture. It's just y'all couldn't fit in. So like at the end of the day, hold on a second. At the end of the day, why even have, this conversation with y'all? Let us all, just separate, just separate, delineate, whatever you want to call it. It's just this is what needs to be happening. It was that we don't have to explain anything to them. Yeah, just at the end of the day, Lawrence, it's not about explaining. It's just at the end of the day, just having common courtesy. Black Americans help you come to this country. Like we fought in the 60s and the 50s and the 40s where they were having immigrants come to this country, but from the European parts. They wasn't having y'all come over, well, not knowing who you are. If you're a freeman, you were already over here. But if you're from a different country, they wasn't trying to have y'all over here. You know, give me a second, everyone. They wasn't trying to have you over here and stuff. They just wanted just they were only bringing Europeans over here. The Jews, the Scottish, the Dutch, the British, all those people over here except y'all. You know, we fought. Like my aunties and uncles fought. They fought. And this is why I say this probably like almost every show. I wish they never fought. I'm just being personally honest. I wish they would have never fought for y'all to come over here and y'all fought for yourselves. Because at the end of the day, it feels like y'all don't even appreciate it. Like, look how y'all talk to it. Look how y'all talk about us. You know, and don't get me wrong. I'm glad y'all over here, but it wasn't worth black people dying, being hung by trees, because they felt like, oh, yo, that's not your place to be answering this question. I'll keep you in your place and just beat us the fuck up and hang us on trees and shit like it was Christmas. You know, it's just then we come over here, we gotta battle with y'all. While we was thinking like, yo, let's start unity. Like we could talk all this Nelson Mandela shit, all this was it Patrice Lumbula? We could talk all that shit. But that shit don't mean never mind. I'm just being personally honest. That shit don't mean never mind. Because y'all were with the white people who was already oppressing us and that was oppressed, told y'all that y'all wasn't supposed to be over here. This ain't y'all place over here. Y'all need to go back to y'all country. The ones that made the derogatory statements about y'all, the ones that told y'all, yo, y'all was living in trees with y'all booties hanging out and stuff like that, and the women had the titties out and stuff. Y'all went with them. So why fight for you? This is why we were saying like, yo, we need to delineate. We don't need to be with y'all. And like I want y'all to do this. For y'all next podcast, I want y'all to talk about delineation. If you're a foreigner or you're an immigrant or even if you're an anchor baby, talk about like, yo, why not delineate? Why don't you want black people to delineate from y'all? Why? It'll have a whole bunch of views, but at the end of the day, it'll be an educational podcast for you. It'll be a research. Like, why wouldn't y'all want it? Y'all don't. Let me tell you something. Africans don't even like Black Americans as it is. Most of y'all don't even like us, and it's not because because we're darker or we're this other. It's just because it's a part of your culture. Y'all are tribalistic people. Y'all don't even like half of y'all people in y'all country because at the end of the day, y'all tribalistic people. If they're from a different tribe, you're not gonna like them. So I know y'all not gonna like Black Americans. You know? And like I told you, there's nothing wrong with it. That's just y'all. You know? But I'm gonna land it. I'm gonna end it here and I'll do something tomorrow for y'all. Thank y'all for participating, listening. The whole 9 yards. I just appreciate all y'all just hearing my point of view to this and stuff and watching a little. You know what? I'm gonna do a reaction video tomorrow. I don't know what type of reaction video, but if you find something, yo, DM me on X, man. Hold on. Oh, that's what I don't got. Hold on. Give me a second, everyone. I don't got my X. Hold on one second, everyone. Yeah. So I gotta make another X, but I'll do it tomorrow. Or you know what? Let me see if I can figure it out right now. Give me like 30 seconds. Nah, that's not it. Give me 1 second. Yeah, 30 seconds. 30 seconds is good. Scenes. Nah, nah, nah. Fuck it. I'll do it later on. I'll do it when I'm at work. But again, thank y'all, everybody. I appreciate it. I'll see you tomorrow. I'm gonna do a reaction video, and if you're on Pornhub, I'm gonna do a reaction video for that one too. So it'll be a cool day, probably an hour and a half, 2 hour show tomorrow. We only did an hour 30 minutes because this is just a question that I just needed to babble on. You know, I was nigga splaining as y'all usually call it. I was nigga splaining. So y'all take care, man. Y'all have a great weekend. If y'all don't, if I don't see y'all tomorrow, but again, thanks again. MPZ, Lawrence,